Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and Kevin Bloody Wilson is in the house. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Is that your real middle name?
No, I actually changed it because it was way worse than that.
You know, your music, your parodies are known worldwide, and you have a lot of celebrity fans, including Elton John, right?
Yeah, I first met Elton in 1987. I was awarded Top Australian Comedy Album and the second biggest selling album to Michael Jackson that year.
Wow.
In Australia.
That's no small feat.
Yeah, he did. I think he did about 7 platinums, and I did 4 that year.
Oh.
Wow.
4. What did that feel like? I mean, that's such an honor.
I was straight out of the bush. I was straight out of the outback, so I had no idea that was going to happen. It was just me writing songs for my friends about my friends. And bawdy ballads. There have always been bawdy ballads because that's how we talk in the outback.
So we were talking about that earlier in the show about embodiment. When you really embody it, the universe, or you could call it luck, you can call it whatever, but something happens where you really take that leap, that huge leap that maybe was expected or not expected. What was that for you?
Totally unexpected. I was an electrician on the gold mines at the time and playing in a part-time band 4 nights a week. And what we used to do, we were a top 20 band, so whatever was on the top 20, we would do it. And then when the song drifted away from the top 20, I'd find myself rewriting the lyrics. I'll give you an example. Willie Nelson. Through my nose again. I'm sniffing Purcell through my nose again. I'm farting bubbles and embarrassing my friends. That sort of thing.
Where do you think you got this creative genius? Were you born this way?
I've always enjoyed humour. I don't know that I was the class clown, but the people I hung around with were even funnier, and I'm just so glad that some of my friends didn't turn professional.
We're not too much competition, right?
Way too much competition.
So what do you make of all the fun of the politics? What do you think of all this crazy stuff going on?
Oh, well, I found it was interesting. Was it Ukraine? Yesterday they voted in a comedian as their president. And America beat them to it at that, didn't they?
Fair enough.
Ours is definitely a comedian, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, you've been on tour, on the road. What's that like for you?
It's great because I travel with my family. My wife of 49 years is my tour manager, and her background is accountancy. So therefore she takes care of the business end of show business, and my daughter is my support act.
Wow. So how do you keep the peace in a family business like that?
Humour. Family in my life has always been first, second and third. Everything else that's happened has been a bonus. And I've never subscribed to political correctness. I'm totally opposed to most of it. Basically, for the most, political correctness is common sense in fancy words. You know, and political correctness has overtaken common sense in a lot of cases. So my mantra has always been the word dillygaff. And the origins of that is from the American military. They came back from the Second World War with your military and our military. And it's an acronym, dillygaff, and I'll give you the TV-friendly version of it, is do I look like I give a fuss?
And it's tattooed right here on his wrist.
Yes, it is.
That's to remind me every day that nothing should be taken too seriously.
Yes.
So true.
Wow.
That's incredible, huh?
So true. Humor is, it's so important. And I think especially, it does very well. People they want to laugh.
They do.
It is very needed in all of our lives.
And it's also quite often a modifier between the left and the right in terms of humour. For instance, I've got a song. Latest buzzword buzzing round seems to be Me Too, and they're all lining up with stories to tell about sexual harassment. Well, it's happened to me too. Bloody heaps of times, but mostly by myself. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. After years and years of self-inflicted sexual abuse, not only am I a victim, I'm the perpetrator too. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. That sort of diffuses the whole thing to a huge degree in my mind, and The part I love the most about what I do is people singing along with it, even though they've never heard the song before. You'll find the audience tomorrow night at the El Rey will be singing along with that song before the night's out. But it pretty much sums up what I am. I managed to see the funny side of most situations.
It's a great attitude. I think it's a really important attitude. And were you always like that?
I think so. I first heard the word dillygaff from my uncle Tommy, who came in from the Second World War, and he saw some horrible things like most of our troops did, and that was their attitude when they came back. You know, a select few, and it wasn't until I was about 11 years old he explained to me what it meant. Up until then, I thought it was his fishing hat that he was wearing. It was, do I look like I got a fish?
Well, do you want to do one of your songs would you do a song for us?
Well, some of the songs probably wouldn't make it across.
We'll save that for the El Rey tomorrow night in LaLa, and tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
On kevinbloodywilson.com. We're actually on tour at the moment. I was waiting for that question to come up this morning. How do you start your day? Well, the last 3 or 4 days, I've been having about 4 wake-ups in the morning, usually coming in from Australia. I'm still sort of jet lagged. So you'd wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock and look at your watch. And here's one. Last night, I again with jet lag, I put myself to bed at around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I set the alarm. So no, it was about 7 o'clock last night. And I put the alarm for 7 this morning to make the show. And I woke up and I looked at my watch and thought, oh no, it's 9:15. I've missed I've missed the TV show. Then I looked out the window and I was still dark. Oh, thank God for that.
Well,
we all live here and we have that problem often.
yeah.
That's right.
Well, thank you again for being here, and be sure to check out, if you're in Los Angeles, Kevin Bloody Wilson's show tomorrow night at the El Rey. Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, LaLa Land.